Morning, first grade. Today for math class, you will want to make sure that you have your pencil. Then there was this salmon colored orangey sheet that was in your folder for today. Make sure you have that out. You'll want that for a lesson. And then you will also need your guided class practice. You will need your pencil, but you will not need any crayons or colored pencils necessarily for our worksheet today. So make sure that you have this nearby. Make sure that you have your salmon colored sheet out and ready to go. And make sure that you have your pencil also ready to go. So today what we're learning about is how to write addition and subtraction fact families. And we're going to use story problems to help us do that. So I have some pennies. You don't need to write this out. I'm just going to show you first. So I have some pennies. Now, I'm going to give one more penny. Okay. How many pennies do we have now? Well, what number sentence are we going to write to show what happened? Well, how many did we start with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus one more equals 6. Now, let's say that I gave those to Sally. Now, I'm going to give Bob 1 penny to start. And now, I'm going to give him 5 more pennies. How many pennies does Bob have now? What are we going to do to show this? How many did he start with? 1. How many more did he get? 5. For how many total? 6. Now, did I do exactly the same thing both times? No, I didn't. What was different? Well, the first time, the first child, Sally, she had 5 pennies first, and then she got 1 more. And Bob, he had 1 penny first, and 5 more. Well, what was the same? What was the same was the total number of pennies that they got and the numbers that were in each group. Both children have the same number of pennies. Now, I'm going to take 1 penny from Sally. Okay, so she has 6. I'm getting rid of 1. Okay, I got rid of 1. How did I show it? I crossed 1 out. So how many pennies does Sally have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are we going to write that problem out? She started with 6. She got rid of 1. How many does she have left? She has 5 left. Okay. Now, Bob here, he started with 6. And I'm going to get rid of 5. He got rid of 5 of his pennies. How many pennies does Bob have left? He has 1. How am I going to show that with my number sentence? Start with 6. We got rid of 5. So 6 minus 5 equals, how many are left? 1. 1 is left. Okay, now, did I do exactly the same thing both times here? No, I did not. What was different? Well, over here, I only took 1 penny from Sally. And here, I took 5 pennies away from Bob. But what did you notice about the other 2 subtraction number sentences? Well, the 3 numbers that we used, 6, 1, and 5, are the same in both of the number sentences. Okay, These 4 number sentences that we just made are called an addition and subtraction fact family. An addition and subtraction fact family has 2 addition and 2 subtraction problems. So 2 addition and 2 subtraction facts. And they are all going to have the same 3 numbers being used each time. So we can write a fact family for any addition or subtraction fact. So let's try the addition fact. 8 plus 2 equals 10. 8 plus 2 equals 10. What's another fact we can make using those 3 numbers? Well, instead of saying 8 plus 2 equals 10, I can say 2 plus 8 equals 10. It wouldn't be true for me to say 2 plus 10 equals 8, would it? That wouldn't be a true number sentence. And what are we going to do for subtraction facts? Well, with the subtraction facts, what's really important to remember is you have to always start with the largest number. So we're going to start with 10, just like if I had 10 pennies. Okay? Now, I have 2 choices. I can get rid of 2 of them, or I can get rid of 8 of them. So let's go ahead and get rid of 2. How many are going to be left? 8, of course. And we can always check that by drawing it out or getting some pennies. We started with 10. We got rid of 2. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can make a second subtraction problem. And I still have to start with 10 because it's still the biggest number. If I already did 10 minus 2, I can't do that again. This time I have to do 10 minus 8. Okay, now what is that going to equal? That's going to equal 2. So let's prove it. We're getting rid of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. How many are left? 1, 2. Okay. Remember that the addition and subtraction fact family that uses the 3 different numbers is always going to have 2 addition facts and 2 subtraction facts. And these are the only 3 numbers you can use. You cannot use a different number. Let's try another one. We're going to use the numbers 3, 9, and 12. We need to write an addition. Excuse me. We need to write an addition and subtraction fact family using these 3 numbers, 3, 9, and 12. How many addition facts are we going to write? 2. How many subtraction facts are you going to write? 2. All right, so remember that when we're adding, we're going to have our add-ins as our smaller numbers, and our sum is going to be the biggest number. So let's try. 3 plus 9 equals 12. Is that true? Yes, it is. What's the other way to write that? Instead of 3 plus 9, I'm going to switch the order of the add-ins. So I will say 9 plus 3 equals 12. Okay? Remember, with your adding, your smaller numbers, your smaller add-ins are going to be what you're putting together to give you your sum. Your sum will be your biggest number. When you're subtracting, though, you have to start your problems with your largest number, and then you're going to take some away. So let's go ahead and take 3 away. So now we've used 12, and we use 3. What is 12 minus 3? It's going to be 9. And if I already did 12 minus 3 equals 9, now I need to do 12 minus 9. And what will that equal? 3. You are always welcome to draw out pictures to help you to see that and understand that better. Now, you're going to have a chance right now to practice your adding and subtracting fact families. So this sheet of paper, you need to make sure you have yours out. I'm going to use the back side. For me, you're going to use this front side and you're going to practice. So I would like you to please put your name on this. I do want to see this back. Put in the corner, and in the other corner, put a smiley for me. My smiley looks a little silly. All right, let's get going. We have the numbers 1, 7, and 8. How many addition facts are we going to write? 2. How many subtraction facts will we write? 2. Go ahead and first write the 2 addition facts using these numbers on your paper. Remember, they have to equal our largest number, which is 8. And those are the only numbers I can use. I cannot make up another number. 1 plus 7 equals 8, because these are the numbers we're using, 1, 7, and 8. Now that I've already started with the 1, I'm going to start with 7. 7 plus 1 equals 8. And now I need to make 2 subtraction problems. Remember, for subtraction, I'm starting with my biggest number. There's 2 of those also. Start with your biggest number. 8 minus 1 equals 7. Those are the numbers I have. And 8 minus 7 equals 1. All right, next one's 2, 6, and 8. 2, 6, and 8. You need to make up your 2 addition problems. And your 2 subtraction problems. Okay, make up your 2 adding and your 2 subtracting. You're going to do the same thing for 4, 5, and 9. Let's try 2, 6, and 8. And let's see if your answers match mine. Remember, these were the only numbers that I could use. Remember that my answer has to be the largest number for my adding. Okay? So, 2 plus 6 equals 8. If you don't believe that, then you have to go ahead and you have to draw it out. You have to grab out your linking cubes. You have to do whatever you need to do to show that it's true. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So does 2 plus 6 equal 8? Yes. Now remember, I need to switch those numbers around. So now I have to start with my add in 6 plus 2 equals 8. Now I'm subtracting. Remember that when I'm subtracting, I have to start with my largest number. I cannot start with a small number. I have to start with the biggest one I have. 8 minus 2 equals 6. Improving it. Started with 8. Got rid of 2. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then I'm going to start with 8 again. This time I'm getting rid of 6 of them. That's going to equal 2. Start with 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are you left with? 1, 2. Proving that that's true. 4, 5, and 9. Hopefully you had a chance to also take a look at 4, 5, and 9. If you didn't, pause the video, write these out. Okay? Don't just look for the easy way out. Remember that for adding, we have to end up with our biggest number, and for subtracting, you need to start with your biggest number. Okay? 4 and 5 are the only other numbers I have to use for my addition. 4 plus 5 equals 9. And 5 plus 4 equals 9. Now, with subtracting, we already used the 9. All we have left are 4 and 5. So 9 minus 4 equals 5. Now I can't say 9 minus 4 again. I have to say 9 minus 5 equals 4. Okay? When you're done with that, I would like you to put a smiley underneath 9 minus 5 equals 4, or if you happen to put 9 minus 4 as 5 because you have them in a different order, then that is great too. Go ahead and make sure that you've done this. Okay. And then this sheet is going to go into your Thursday folder so that we can take a glance at it. A glance means a quick look. Go ahead and grab out your guided class practice. Name and date on your paper. Today is October 15, 2020. Sorry, my name is written so sloppy. October 15th, 2020. Lee and Gail are having a party. 6 friends are coming to the party. How many children will be at the party? Draw a picture and write a number sentence for the story, and write your answer with a label. Okay, so Lee and Gail are the ones having a party, and 6 friends are coming. So we want to know how many children total are going to be at our party. Well, I have to start off by drawing Lee and Gail, right? It's their party. They're really excited about it. And 6 friends are coming. So I have to draw 6 more children. Okay. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just make sure that you have 6 children drawn. And you'll notice it says how many children will be at the party. So that's your label. Children is going to be your label. What will my number sentence look like? We have 2 children. That's Lee and Gail. Plus, there are 6 friends. We're not going to write 6 friends, though. We're going to write 6 children. Equals how many total children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Equals 8 children. So what's my answer to how many children will be at the party? 8 children. If you need to pause to make sure that you get that written, you go ahead and pause it and then resume when you're ready to go. Write an addition and subtraction fact family using the numbers 2, 7, and 9. So those are the only numbers we can use. 2, 7, and 9. We need an addition and subtraction fact family. Remember, 2 are going to be adding, 2 are going to be subtracting. Let's add first. 2, 7, and 9. Only numbers we can use. 2 plus 7 equals 9. Well, what's the other way to write that exact same problem? Using those 3 numbers. Instead of 2 plus 7, I can say 7 plus 2 equals 9. Now I need to subtract. I have to start with my largest number. 9 minus 2 equals 7. Then in my next problem, I still have to start with 9 again. 9 minus 7 equals 2. Which number on the thermometer is the temperature closest to? Well, take a look at your thermometer. It looks like it's in between 70 and 80. Is it closer to 70 or closer to 80? I'm hearing you say 80, so go ahead and write 80 in. Now, we have money. Remember, I like to put that line through. Those are dimes, they're worth 10 cents. I have to use those first. I have to count those up first. These are pennies, they're worth 1 cent. I'm going to use those and count those up second. How much money do I have altogether? 10, 20, 30. Now I have to count by ones. Remember, this is my switching point. 31, 32, 33, 34. So when I write this, I cannot just put 34 because it still needs its own label, which is the cent sign. Remember that the cent sign is a C with a vertical line going straight through. Number 5 says divide each shape in half, shade 1/2 of each shape. So can I take my triangle and go across? No, absolutely not. Because what I would have on one side would not be equal to what's on the other. So I'm going to do my best to draw a line straight through the triangle, starting at the point and going straight down. And then I have to shade in 1/2 of it. You just use your pencil and just real lightly shade 1/2. Doesn't matter which half you shade. Rectangle. I'm going to cut mine in half this way. If you'd prefer to go up and down, that's fine also. And then go ahead and shade 1/2 of that shape in. And then we have our circle. Just to do something different, I'm going to diagonally cut it in half. If you chose to go just straight up and down or straight horizontally from side to side, that's okay. And shade in 1/2. The last thing that we need to complete together first grade is the pattern. Let's take a look. Triangle, square, triangle, circle. We've done one like this before during our calendar time. Triangle, square, triangle, circle, triangle. This is an A, B, A, C pattern. So I need to keep going with the A, B, A, C. A, B, A, C. What comes after the triangle? After the first triangle comes a square. After the square comes a triangle. And the C is the circle. Great job finishing that pattern. Let's real quickly go ahead and take a look at the back side and what you need to do. Name and date, of course. Make sure that you very carefully read number 1 so you don't get confused. Write an addition and subtraction fact family using the numbers 1, 3, and 4. Temperature and money. Split it in half if you need to. Write how much it's worth. Divide each of these shapes in half. And what time to the nearest half hour do you usually wake up on a school day? The nearest half hour. That means you could say 6 o'clock or 6:30. You wouldn't say 6:15 or 6:20. Okay? When you're done with that, please go ahead and make sure this gets back in your Thursday folder. Have a great day.